Hi, I'm Imelda from your online speech 1315 class. Today I will be talking about solar power. Today I will discuss the potential that solar power has to become the country's main supply of energy and the latest research that can solar power. It's more efficient and cost effective. I will also present the environmental benefits that come in using solar power over the other harmful forms of energy. Solar energy is the most promising and a great alternative to replace the oil that is running dry in the United States as a new source of energy. In the past, it was believed that solar power would never be able to become an efficient and cheaper alternative to conventional fuels because it was too expensive and it was unproven technology. Now we can say that it is not true. Solar power is the cleanest and safest compared to other forms of power generation. With the world supply of oil running dry, the United States must begin looking into new sources of energy, and the most promising is solar power. Scientists predict that in the next several decades, the world will run out of oil. According to an article, How Fast is the World Running Out of Crude Oil by Umut Newberry, access from the EBSCO Host database. When the green forecast of the world's future supply it's going to be like in the horizon, solar power could replace conventional forms power generation. According to the article, solar power can help fuel the future by Glenn Hammer, found on the Gale Opposing Viewpoints database states. The forecast for solar energy in the 21st century is sunny. Solar will push the threat of safe, affordable, and reliable distributed energy. As we head deeper in the new century, some predict that the electricity system may come to resemble the internet, with disparate points and no one center of activity. In such a system, photovoltaics integrated into building roofs and windows. Solar power is becoming more cost effective, and in the next few years, it will be just as cheap as to produce electricity from solar power, and it will form like a traditional source such as coal or natural gas. In the article, the cost solar energy will soon compare with the cost of coal by Mark Clayton, found on the Gale Opposing Viewpoints database, exclaims that solar is the track of deliver electricity to residential users at no cost, pair with natural gas, and perhaps even coal within the next 4 to 7 years. Solar power is too expensive, and the technology is not effective enough to compete with the more conventional types of energy such as coal or oil. Latest statistics show that the use of solar power is growing, and it is inexpensive to keep growing. Now I'm going to show you a video. The solar cells are made of semiconductor materials, similar to those found in computer chips. When sunlight hits the cells, it knocks electrons loose from the air. As the electrons flow through the cell, they generate electricity. Photovoltaic power stations and solar thermal power plants, when built at a utility scale, both systems can provide large amounts of power. Solar thermal power plants use mirrors instead of solar cells to turn the sun The heat is used to boil water and to drive a steam turbine that generates electricity. Weather powering individual homes and buildings. On solar thermal power plants. Solar energy is an inexhaustible, pollution-free fuel source. Now that we have looked at the potential that solar power has to become our main source of energy generation, we will now look at the latest research that has taken place to make solar power more efficient and will help make it more affordable for larger portions of the population. In the past, we believed that the truth that solar power will never be able to become an efficient and cheaper alternative to conventional fuels because it was too expensive and it was unproven technology. Nowadays, we can say that it is not true. In the last few years, research has taken place that will allow solar power to be more efficient and make it easier for solar panels to catch the sun energy. In the article Finding the Solar Solution by David Roman, found on EBSCO host database, states that a new material called gallium arsenate is a development that will allow the high efficiency combined with gallium arsenate ability to perform the relatively high temperatures and in low light means that the cells can produce 2 or 5 times more energy over a year than the conventional silicon ones. There has also been development into mobile solar panels that track the sun movement throughout the entire day compared to conventional solar panels that only capture the sun energy half of the day. This improvement leads to a 24 to 32% increase in lowering power generation. Technology is currently being developed that will allow energy to be stored during the day and allow the energy to be used at night when it's most needed. It does not sold by strong heat produced in the day with the 2,000, 5,000 mirror helicopters. It's molten salt, which research say that it reaches temperatures of like 500 degrees Celsius. The molten salt battery storage system can retain heat to 16 hours. Energy held in the salts is used to make steam with turbines to generate electricity. Currently, we now know the potential solar power has and the latest research that has taken place to make it more efficient. We will now look at the environment benefits that solar power has other forms of power. Compared to other power generation, solar power is the cleanest and safest. One of the biggest advantages of solar power is that it produces very small amounts of carbon dioxide emission and that this does not impact the environment in any significant way. Nuclear power, on the other hand, produces harmful radioactive waste but must be disposed by properly and damaging in the environment. In addition, hydroelectric dams may also seem to be ecological safe, but in reality they are severely damaged. River ecosystems, they are damming. Lastly, solar power is far cleaner than coal, which produces extremely high amounts of carbon dioxide emissions and permanently damage the ecosystem where the coal is mined. Solar power is also the safest form of power generation in comparison with other forms such as nuclear power, which could be potentially dangerous in a meltdown wherever it occurs. In addition, coal burning plants has potential health risks and produces strong acids to the precursors that are present in inhaled particles and gases that have been linked with respiratory effects in large-scale epidemical studies. The process used to make solar panels may result in some greenhouse, but they are insufficient, especially if you compare it with emissions levels from coal or burning generators plants. In conclusion, In a review that it would seem that solar power is the best choice in the field of alternative energy. It's the future of the plant's energy needs and will do so cleanly and safely. In today's world of extremely high energy demand, do we not have that responsibility to ensure that all energy needs to be met? We have to look at the benefits of solar power, and I think it's the best. Thank you.